So how many nations does this beast represent? It's one nation, but it has two horns. Now what do the two horns represent? Once again, Adam Clarke gives this explanation, very, very good explanation. He says, as the seven-headed beast is represented as having 10 horns, this is the dragon beast, it has 10 horns, which signifies so many kingdoms leagued together to support the Latin church. So, the beast which rises out of the earth has also two horns, which must consequently represent two kingdoms. For if horns of a beast mean kingdoms in one part of the apocalypse, that's the book of Revelation, kingdoms must be intended by this symbol whenever it is used in a similar way in any other part of this book. Is he right? I mean, you have to be consistent. You can't say that the 10 horns of the dragon beast represent one thing, and to say the two horns on this land beast represent something totally different. The two horns on the head of the lamb beast, or this beast that has characteristics like a lamb, represent two kingdoms. Now, there's a biblical parallel that is very, very close to this symbol that we have in Revelation 13, verse 11. Go with me to Daniel chapter 8. Daniel chapter 8. And I want to read verse 3, and then we'll jump down to verse 20. Daniel chapter 8, verse 3. Then I lifted my eyes and saw, and there standing beside the river was a ram. How many animals? One. A ram. Which had, okay, so you have one beast with what? Two horns. And the two horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. Now what do those two horns represent on this one beast? This one ram with two horns. What does the ram and what do the two horns represent? Verse 20. The ram which you saw, having the two horns, they are the kings of Media and Persia. Let me ask you, was this one nation? Yes, it was one nation. One beast is used to represent it. A bear and a ram. One nation, but this one nation was composed of how many kingdoms? This one nation was composed of two kingdoms. In other words, this beast of Revelation 13 represents one nation, but that one nation has two what? Has two kingdoms, or dual kingdoms within it. Now, we're going to come back to this. You'll understand what we're talking about. We're setting the basis now. But let me ask, why are these two horns like horns of a lamb? You know, there are many beasts in Scripture that have horns in prophecy. But this is the only time when the horns are specifically identified. What kind of horns? You know, for example, the dragon beast that says it has 10 horns. It doesn't say what kind of 10 horns they are. There's just 10 horns.